me now I have Maureen Feduniak. Maureen's a very rare player, and she's moved over to the US and now is making her trade over here. When did you start playing?
Well, actually, I never played poker in England. I have never played poker in England. No, I started playing about 12 years ago when I met my husband, and he used to play in the World Series, so he taught me how to play.
Oh, he taught you? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm very curious to go over and start playing in England, because now that I live here, I don't have the opportunity to go over very often. But I'm hoping to do that.
So whereabouts in England were you from originally?
I'm an Essex girl.
Oh, excellent, we like that.
I'm from Dagenham.
So how did you meet your husband?
In a bar in New York about 15 years ago. And then we moved to Las Vegas after we both retired. And I watched him play in the World Series one year, and it fascinated me. So I asked him to teach me how to play.
Do you often call on Bob for advice on such things? Has he been...
Absolutely, all the time. He is still in the tournament today, thank goodness, and we discuss all the hands that we play and analyse what we did wrong. Okay. He's a very analytical player, and I'm a very instinctual player, so he is a very good sounding board for me.
Would you say women are more instinctual than men as a rule, or... Why is it that men seem to have more success?
I think men have had more success simply because there are more men in the field, and it's been male-dominated, and women have been very intimidated by sitting down at a poker table. I have told many women that they really want to play and they're scared to play, that they should start playing online, because that gives them a good feel for the game. It teaches them the correct betting patterns, and it helps their confidence. But women by nature are more instinctual in any field, not just poker. That's just the way we're made.
Obviously we have a ladies' event, and it's a bracelets event. Now, other female players that I've interviewed recently, a lot of them, the impression I get is that they feel there shouldn't be a ladies' event. They feel it's almost a case of positive discrimination. What's your opinion on this?
Well, I've always played in the ladies' event, and the first time I played, I actually got to the final table and came in fifth. So I have a soft spot for the event. It's sort of interesting because every year I say, I'm not going to play that event anymore. I don't want to play with all those women. And every year I play.
Would you say, by the sounds of things, I get the impression you think the ladies' field is actually a bit easier than playing men?
Oh, no, on the contrary. I think the ladies' field is harder to play.
Why is that?
The men's field, because most of the men are really experienced poker players. In the women's event, you'll get a lot of inexperienced women players, and you never know what they're going to do, and you never know what they're holding in their hand. So I think it's much more difficult.
Okay, now obviously you're a lady you've got a lot of experience now on the poker tables. What advice would you give someone like me? I'm 22 and I'm trying to get out there and become a poker player.
You really have to study the game before you sit down and play. I really believe in reading books, and I still read books on poker, and I still learn a lot. I think the worst thing for a person to do is to go and sit at a poker table and not know what they're supposed to do. Really find out what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to bet, etc., because the male poker players might give you a hard time. So as long as you're doing the appropriate things in the appropriate way, then that's good. But definitely study the game. You have to study the game.
So what is the future for Maureen Feduniak?
Just keep on playing. And hopefully to do better than I've been doing in the last couple of years. That's it. I'll never stop playing because I'm passionate about it. And in fact, Bob has to drag me away from the table sometimes because I'll be there for days if I could. So
I hope he supports you. I'm sure he does.
He does. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.